Welcome to the Disney Hour Express podcast. I'm Abbie.
And I'm Rob. We are two hopelessly romantic Disney enthusiasts,
Sharing fun stories, secret tips, and family travel experiences.
If you are a Disney newbie, or maybe a season pass holder, we hope you find this information helpful.
We turned our love of Disney into a unique boutique travel agency that books Disney and Universal vacations.
We've got a lot of stories, so cozy on up, choose your favorite drink,
Whether that be a cocktail or a hot chocolate,
and enjoy the Disney Hour Express. Hey guys, Rob here. Just wanted to step in because this episode has some issues. A couple of things. One, we didn't really explain what we were doing. We're trying to record a video, add a video element to our podcast, and so we're going to be putting that out on YouTube. So that was something we were dealing with and getting used to, and what we were using kind of kept dropping out. And Abbie kept disconnecting, and we had a reconnector, and I think that kind of worked out because of my natural the way I talk and stuff. So you don't really know where the edits are, but our audio changed, so we're kind of using a different mic, a different setup, and like our voices just kept blending, and my voice kept getting picked up on her mic. And so I had to go through and do a lot of editing, and it's not great. And then my voice is just not where it should be. And yeah, so that was just kind of what we were dealing with there. And so the episode's there. There's a lot of good information. There's just, there's some issues to it. So if you don't mind listening to some semi not great audio, here's an episode for you. There's also a good chance that, and the reason we're putting it out is because there's a good chance if we didn't record the week before, we're probably not going to record this following week because we're going on like a weekend trip with a dance collective for our daughter. And so we're not going to be around this weekend. So here's episode 103. Take it for what you will, and we're going to see you in 2 weeks. And we will be doing a Magical Minute. That'll be out. And maybe we'll just do a clip or something just to put something out there.
Hey, Potteneers. Welcome to episode 103 of the Disney Hour Express. We're trying something a little different today. Rob's just laughing at me. I don't know what to do.
I can't. You're like looking in the camera. You're like not looking at me anymore.
I am looking at you because I lowered my camera so it is the same height as your face. So.
Oh, my face is the camera.
Yeah.
All right.
What's happening over there?
Nothing.
That's too bad. It's not.
I got nothing to say now that I'm with Mike.
It's not like it's your big birthday today or anything.
Birthday. I don't have birthdays.
You big bad wolf, you. But we're not here to talk about birthdays, are we?
No, not at all. We're here to talk about like birthdays, days that happen annually.
Every single year.
Now we could talk about like all the all the big parades in Disney, the festivals, the after-hour events.
No, thank you.
Well, we talk about those all the time. You guys are probably sick and tired of hearing us talk about those things. So we're going to talk about kind of the other like dates that happen in Disney.
That's true, because we just had Groundhog's Day come about. No, it's just groundhog, not plural.
There's just
no
one.
Hogs.
There's only one Punxsutawney Phil. There's never been another one.
Now they have all the groundhogs throughout the state. I mean, like they have one here, they have one there, and then all the groundhogs give differing opinions. So
they don't matter.
They don't matter. Got it. It's just Punxsutawney.
That's it.
Isn't Punxsutawney a dad now? That's what
I'm sure
heard.
many times over.
Oh, fair. Anyways, we're talking about those little events that you don't hear about too often. Some of them you do, some of them you don't. They come year after year. What are they? because Disney doesn't often talk about these events worldwide. They're not necessarily Disney held events, but Disney might give them a nod with a special dessert or a special picture on their website somewhere, but it's not Disney specifically hosted things, right? One of those very, very fun events is Dapper Day. And I know we've talked a little bit about Dapper Day. This was founded in 2011, and it's a fashion-based, like it's a whole organization, and it's about fashion, right? About going back in the day and wearing your finest outfits. And this is how Disneyland really actually opened. Ladies wore their high heels, and we know all of those stories about the ladies in the high heels and the heels sticking into the pavement that wasn't quite dry yet. And then their finest skirts and their blouses. The men looked really jazzy in their outfits too. So it's all about an outing, wearing your vintage best and having old-fashioned park fun. These are usually held in both the spring and the fall on different weekends in Disneyland and Disney World. They don't have them on the same weekend. They spread them out. Really loved event, right? Usually the people who go year after year.
Yeah.
Really cool.
It's like a big thing. Like they have their own website, dapperday.com. You could go and you could join and get updates and.
Yep. Oh my goodness. There is a cat that is
moving a box
in the door. Oh my gosh. With this new video feature, you're going to see all of our zoo here, which is going to be amazing for you. Anyways, back to the Dapper Day.
One of the strange things about Dapper Day is that like a year or two ago, I posted a blog about Dapper Day on our website.
That's right.
And for a while, we were number 4. When you looked up Dapper Day, it came up with our blogs for some reason.
Well, we did have cast members in that photo. Maybe they were just looking for their.
Well, it was when you looked up, you Googled Dapper Day, we were number 4. We're not anymore. We're down. We dropped.
Ay.
Anyway.
Well, Disneyland Hotel is going to have Dapper Day on April 12th through 13th, and Disneyland Park on April 13th this year in 2025. The spring, and Disney World is going to have it on the 26th and the 27th. They haven't really announced which parks they're gonna try to go to during Dapper Day, but it'll come out. It's a really fun event.
Yeah.
I love it. Another event that happens year after year is Red Shirt Pride Day.
Oh.
So this is traditionally the first Saturday in June. And it kind of lasts all weekend. You can expect to see a little heavy flow of traffic before and after the event. This is a casual meetup at Magic Kingdom where people wear red shirts to celebrate their identity and support the LGBTQ plus community. The original organizers chose red because it represents life in the pride flag.
Okay.
And the Kind Red Pride Foundation organizes Red Shirt Pride Day. I think that's a really cool event.
It is. It is a great event. I'm glad they're sticking with it.
Absolutely.
Especially at this day and age. And there's red sometimes is affiliated with something else that's not so positive. So
we don't need to go there.
Yeah.
Unless we're talking about Taylor Swift and her Red album.
Well, I mean, how could we not be talking about Taylor Swift and her Red album?
Well, let's talk about Red a little bit more, but talk about National Polka Dot Day instead. So this is celebrated on January 22nd at Disney World. So generally January 22nd, right? We're honoring Minnie Mouse on her iconic polka dot style. Are you? No. It's the day is kind of used to be reminded of Minnie's joy and positivity. So lots of people like to wear their polka dots to the park and enjoy some Rock the Dots treats. That's what they called it. Now, I'm going to be honest, there used to be a lot more Rock the Dots treats and events and acknowledgement than there has been as of late. I sometimes feel like they cycle through these things, Disney.
I don't know if I'm not familiar with the Rock the Dots.
Yeah, I mean, they had a lot of stuff over at Disney Springs for it. But again, they cycle. I think every couple of years they just like let it flow and like don't touch it, and then they'll be like, "Oh my goodness, guys, it's Polka Dot Day!" Like 5 years later, and then they'll bring it back in a very heavy style. Another one that I love that Disney has been doing a lot lately is Diwali. So this is a 5-day Hindu festival symbolizing the victory of light over darkness that takes place in late October, early November. And in the past, Disney Springs has held a Diwali dance parade, which is really cool. It's near Cirque du Soleil. You know that they have that big, large open area. They had 300 performers at their Diwali parade, which is really amazing. And inside Animal Kingdom, there's usually a Diwali dance showcase at the Finding Nemo Theater featuring performances by dance studios from all over North America, hosted by...
Who's it hosted by?
Yeah, this is going to be hard for me. Shobha Narayan. And she played Jasmine in Disney's Aladdin on Broadway, according to MouseSavers.com. So that's really cool. I love it. And I loved the Diwali celebrations because they're so colorful and they just feel like hopeful. And obviously they're celebrating light over darkness. So it's really cool.
And that's an interesting fact because if you remember, we talked about in one of our prior episodes, the whole like how Animal Kingdom came about it was like that was like a big theme, and they were going to even have like this whole land where it's going to be light versus dark. Remember talking about that, and it didn't, turn out into what they hoped. But Diwali's like a little, I won't say little. It's Diwali's a celebration of that, right? An extension, a continuation of that theme.
Speaking of, I forgot at the beginning of the episode, I wanted to put on a really fun smell. I've got my smells from the Magic Candle Company. We're obsessed with it. So what are we thinking today? These are their wax smells.
Not a sponsor?
So do we want to, well, we are affiliated with the Magic Candle Company. If you want to get 15% off, you can use our code, which is FTP Magic. We get our hand soaps there. The kids love them because it smells like, we like Banshee Flight and Flying Over Fiji. Those are the big smells we like to use for hand soaps.
I would say the only problem being that they use too much soap.
They do.
You go through it too quick.
I'm like, this is not for dolls, guys. This is just for our hands. Anyways, so I've got India here, or I've got Flying Over Africa. What do we want to use?
So India or Flying Over Africa?
Flying over India. So we're talking about Soarin', right?
Oh,
which smell do we want to experience right now?
India.
You got it.
I've done the grass of Africa before.
Do you want to take on the next event while I get this
of course
ready?
I do. I mean, and you left me a great one. It's the Department of the Defense Warrior Games.
Oh, this is... Okay.
Oh, she's been really into it. So it usually happens around August 20th, so the end of summer.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right, the Department of Defense Warrior Games is an annual celebration of resilience, honoring the dedication and sacrifice of active duty and veteran U.S. military members. The event unites athletes from throughout the military, showcasing the commitment to overcoming physical challenges and thriving in the face of adversity. Disney's admiration for military service back more than 100 years. The founders, Walt and Roy Disney's own service to their country during World War I.
That was magical.
These DoD Warrior Games happen over at the ESPN Worldwide of Sports Complex. And that was all natural. I read that. I'm sorry, I didn't read that. It was all from my memory. And there we are.
That was great.
Yeah.
Good job.
How's that, Cosmo?
Streaming right. It was a long day. So...
It's my birthday. It's a long day for her. My birthday, long day.
I mean,
She did. She was she's a great wife. She's very supportive. She spoiled me very well.
You got a big...
And when she was like, what else do you want to do tonight? I was like, I want the podcast. And she was...
Listen, that's not true. I was like, it's fair. You made me record a podcast on my birthday when I had COVID and it was midnight. It's like, we gotta get the work done still.
Yeah.
Anyways, we've got World Princess Week. Now, again, times in the past, they've really like laid on that it's World Princess Week. And then I feel like just this last year, they really didn't. Like we heard about it, but
It wasn't there.
there weren't a lot of events. It
Yeah.
was so crazy.
That's
You know,
crazy.
they are sometimes, I have to say, they would have a parade at Disney Springs and all sorts of things. But this is also the last week of August. And like I was saying, activities for this to really change from year to year. Internationally, it seems like the other Disney parks are really into this, like big time. It's more than just desserts. I joke a lot that Disney World, for all these events, it's just about the desserts, which is like,
I mean, kinda.
yeah. I mean, they've got a whole
Yeah.
Disney food blog that just
I
follows
mean,
all the desserts.
there's lots of pictures of a person with manicured who's holding food. Oh,
I was like, where's
wow.
my hand?
Yeah, get that I know.
Oh boy. Anyways,
Okay.
enough about Disney Princess Week. It happens. It's great. You should definitely dive into it if you're into the princesses
Enjoy
like
it.
we are. They love to celebrate Animal Kingdom's birthday because it also falls on Earth Day.
Yeah.
It's a really big deal. They bring out all the desserts and they just bring out,
More desserts?
more desserts. But they really try to like spice it up that this is a big deal. It's Earth Day. It's all about conservation, all that stuff. So, Animal Kingdom's birthday, April 22nd.
Yeah.
Listen, this is one that we like to talk about because
Especially me. Not so much you.
5% of our family loves pretzels. To be more specific, Mickey
you
pretzels.
One
So,
of them.
National Pretzel Day is April 26th, and you should definitely go enjoy all the pretzels in the park. The parks are fully stocked on this day. They have pretzels that are full of cream cheese and pretzels that are jalapeno flavored, pepper jack pretzels, and more. Listen, if I have to eat a pretzel, it's just going to be a plain old Mickey Mouse shaped pretzel, maybe a little cheese dipping sauce.
If she has to eat one.
Maybe.
We listen, but we don't. No, we do judge.
Don't judging me. He's got their loves and hates. I don't hate it, though.
Oh, we'll hate it.
I don't hate it. Anyways,
Okay.
I don't really think they do a whole lot for Hollywood Studios' birthday, but I had it in here. I've never really heard about it. But that being said, it kind of like is right around the May the 4th be with you time. Hollywood Studios' birthday is May 1st.
May the 4th, and there's Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah. So it's kind of like a big time anyways. So
yeah.
Stitch Day.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pretty big one.
Right, especially around our house.
It's all about Stitch. 626. They have a lot of limited Stitch-themed merch that comes out around this time, as well as special treats available throughout the month of June. They really like ham this one up, right?
Oh, really?
Stitch's original name was Experiment 626, just in case you didn't know.
Oddly enough, the Stitch live-action movie, where Stitch is a CGI character, I think it's coming out in May, not June. Interesting.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
We'll take it.
All right.
We're going to see it. It's going to be good.
So now even this next one, kind of like, even though it's a big deal, I still don't feel like it's celebrated. Like we know they don't really celebrate this next
They
event.
don't. I mean,
And what we're talking about is
Magic Kingdom's birthday, October 1st. Original date,
because they're
1971.
they're full in, boo to you. And
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. But then you have to think about, when they did like the 25th anniversary and the 50th anniversary, it wasn't like suddenly the park was transformed overnight, but they did make preparations for the days, changing the castle, that kind of thing, putting up those medallions. I don't know. Oh, am I boring you? I'm so sorry.
Let's talk about castles more.
Terrible.
Yeah.
All right, so Walk of Gratitude is pretty cool. The Gary Sinise Foundation does this. Sinise, thank you. It's kind of like one of those events that is very like hush hush because it's through his foundation and he like literally goes and like buys all the tickets for the people. And I think it has to do with like losing a parent and that kind of thing. And
Oh.
It's nice, but this happens around December 6th every single year he does it. So
I thought it was something to do with because he played Lieutenant Dan in Forrest Gump.
it's very
He
possible.
had no legs.
I mean,
Lieutenant Dan. That was a terrible Forrest Gump.
yeah.
We're going to strike that from the record. Okay.
All right. So this was, I had never ever heard of this until travel specialist Nikki told me about it.
Oh.
And I thought it was really funny because, we were talking and she was like, yeah, Jersey Week. And I'm like thinking like, what, does everybody wear like their basketball jerseys or like football
No, it's
jerseys?
like
what's Jersey Week?
Jim Tan laundry, right? We're talking about like DJ Pauly D and Snooki.
Yes.
Jersey Week.
That is actually what we're talking about. Kind of went like way over my head.
Oh, boy.
So around November 11th,
Yeah.
Jersey Week happens at Disney World. And this is the week when New Jersey teachers, for some reason, attend their annual convention out here. And many of the families travel to Disney World. And it's an unofficial name for the week when many New Jersey residents take a vacation to Disney.
Oh.
So, yeah, she said it's like serious. She said, no joke. It's all folks from New Jersey during this week. That's pretty cool.
Wow. So lots of Sopranos people. The Bada Bing comes down to Disney.
Yep. All of it.
Bring the smell of the trash. Now, I'm just kidding. Jersey. Your state does not.
Robert.
Well, good things. The Giants play there.
Anyways.
Other stuff.
This is another one. Mickey Mouse's birthday. Sometimes it comes about, sometimes it doesn't. Like I said, it's a really, sometimes they grab at it depending on what they have going on that year. It's November 18th. Just in case, right after the Jersey weekathon.
I mean, if you're still like, if you're not party hard enough with Jersey Week, then you can have the Mickey Mouse birthday.
Yeah. I mean,
So those are just like those are the unofficial days. Like they're not like really celebrated. You're not going to get a special ticket or anything like that. But
no, but you can pretend like you got a special ticket.
Yeah, if you ever need
especially if you want to go for Polka Dot Day.
Yeah, there you go.
Polka Dot.
Well, thanks for that. Thanks for doing all that research.
You're welcome. No big deal.
Nothing. It's just in your free time, right here. You were just looking it up.
Hey, can you smell the smell yet? It's kind of melting.
Ooh, that smell.
What do you think?
Kinda. Doesn't smell like India, though.
Flying over India, though. Does it smell like flying over India? Like, yeah.
I don't know. But speaking of that, since we're talking about flying over India and soaring, did you know that the ceiling collapsed at the queue for soaring around the world the other day?
No, I heard that I did hear that there was like some construction being done on it, but I didn't realize it collapsed. What?
Yeah, it was just people were there and it's just like, it shows like one of the cast members, like, he's like,
no.
And it's like the ceiling is like falling down.
No. Oh, no.
You can see it from, it went weird. Is that weird? Can you see it?
Oh no.
So that's pretty funny. So that happened. So yeah, it was just like no one got hurt or anything. It was just stuff started kind of like falling and hanging, and then they had to close the ride they made sure nothing else was coming down. But it was reopened. Anyway, so that's going around the world. What else is it going around the parks? Got Big Thunder Mountain, the refurbishment, right? Closing it throughout the year. I mean, it's kind of in full swing now, right? The queues closed. They're putting up scrim. They're putting up paper. The tarps everywhere, and they're really gonna go to town on it. But it's just gonna be an eyesore.
No, and it's such a big area too. It's kind of like a bummer.
Yeah.
I wonder when they're gonna like drain the water and everything.
Yeah, drain the swamp.
Yeah.
Drain the swamp.
I wonder what they're gonna find in there when they drain it.
The dead mice.
No, Anyways,
Yeah. All
I'm
the
like
secrets.
just getting all these thoughts and
All the secrets. You're going to find Tom Sawyer in there. There's actually there's a lot going on in Magic Kingdom, right? Because you have like the Pirates of the Caribbean bar, right? That's being done. You got the Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, that's being done. You got Sea Lounge, all like that one area, right? It's one where the shooting gallery was.
Okay.
Next to the Scary Bears.
Yes.
And then at the back at the beginning, at the front of the park or on Main Street, you got the Plaza restaurant, right? That has like scrim. That's all scrimmed up. Yeah. Seems like a while. Yeah, right? So that's going up. I mean, that's got like some big, it's just like it's covering everything. So that's a lot.
That stinks. I feel like, remember how like miserable Epcot was with all the walls and stuff, and you just felt like you were like in a big maze pretty much because you couldn't see anything. It's not a great feeling.
No, it's not. Especially it's like
I get it. I get we have to do all these things because we're preparing for new stuff, right? I guess it's like putting the pulling off the Band-Aid, I guess.
I don't know. It's not saying when. So the just so we're clear, the restaurant, the Plaza restaurant is still open.
Yes, I'd be in there with all that fake. It's like fake scrim. Like, what would you call it? It's like tarps that like make it look like it's a real restaurant still, like with windows. Or did they put up like bigger walls?
Yeah, they put up like more.
So what are they doing? That's bizarre.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't say when it's saying, I'm looking here, I don't know when it's going to open. I don't know. Stay tuned.
All right.
What I think? Kind of over the Disney Cruise Line news, right? The Disney Magic is going to be sailing to Alaska to join the Disney Wonder.
Yes.
To take some of those Alaskan cruises.
Yeah, there was quite the wait list of people who wanted to go on Alaska cruises with Disney that just have been waiting and waiting. So this is a joyous thing for sure.
I mean, they still have to wait a year, but
but at least they can get on a list somewhere, right?
It's true. More lists. You need them. So we were talking about the Disney Wonder, and right, that was kind of like it was dry docked in 2016, and they had to reinforce the hull to kind of handle all the Alaskan waters, and what they're going through. There's a lot of ice and stuff that they're going through.
Mm-hmm.
But so they haven't necessarily done that yet with the Disney Magic.
Okay. Oh, good.
Or it's likely, hopefully, like take care of that.
Right.
Cross people on this list.
Let's go here.
It might be a little mini Titanic happening, but it's oddly enough like they're not.
That's terrible.
Yeah. So like the Disney Wonder never had like the big slide installed to it because it's in Alaska. It doesn't have the aqueduct, right? Which is a big. The Magic does have that. So I don't know if it's going to keep me out.
So I saw, just side note, I saw a video the other day of someone getting stuck in one of these slides. Now, I cannot confirm that it was like an aqueduct. It was like, but it was a big cruise slide that went out and over, and like mom and son was on the raft and got stuck.
Mom and son?
And so they're trying to like scoot forward, like on the raft. And the only way that they got out is that the next person coming down just hits them and but then that person got stuck. And so to get them out, like once the people got down, they told cast member or whoever, and so they stopped the slide and then they had to go in and like figure out. But do you know how terrified I would be? I'd be like, no more cruises ever. Like if I got stuck in a raft over the sea. Like
it's fun.
No, that is not fun.
It's terrifying.
That's a good time. Terrifying. I would be like
as long as you're like if I was in like an enclosed place, then I'd probably lose it. But if
I mean, they could see outside.
If it's I can see through it.
No.
Okay.
I would be so terrified. That is terrifying.
You
That's
don't want to
terrifying.
go. That's why we're not going on a Disney cruise yet.
I think that's why you will be inside the raft with the kids, because it's not gonna make it.
Interesting.
I
And
like it.
then they have a special Nordic-inspired menu. I
Cool.
like that.
Cool.
Yeah, Disney magic, wonder. Get on them. Talk to your FP to book now. Shameless plug. What else? Oh, that's was a Universal thing. We're already on Universal. No,
Epcot's got a new playground.
Yay.
It's exciting. It's right over, kind of over where,
around the corner from the Imagination Pavilion.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, it looks like a little playground upwards. They're gonna have like things for kids to climb on, and I don't know. Like,
It's just so interesting to me that there's a need. I mean, I guess if it's shady and nice and
yeah, it'll be something. It'll be something. Speaking of that, test track is now they just upped this whole thing there, so they're really going full steam ahead, right? They're supposed to be open by the end of the summer.
yeah.
So it looks like they're moving along now.
Okay.
It's kind of like it looks a lot like the concept art. That's how it's kind of turning out. Like it's going to look like.
Cool.
So concept into So again, that's supposed to be open at the end of the summer. I don't know, test track. Into it near you.
I'm into it already.
Okay, Disney just filed a permit. Could be a bug and a list.
They had a date for when it was going to close, correct?
Yeah, in March.
Yep.
As long as they see that.
How do you feel about it? Like you personally? I know that.
I thought the show was entertaining. I thought it was a pretty unique show. And it was scary. I mean, I understand why kids were scared.
Yeah.
Both not just our kids, it was also like my niece was scared, our niece was scared, and I don't know.
Yeah.
Still saying Zootopia will replace Stuff to Be Bug in the winter of 2020, which there's not that much left in winter, so it can't be. It just mean that it's closing.
Yeah. That's weird.
And then they're going to not have any charge for to make this work.
Oh, no way.
I don't know.
That would be insane. It's too much on the Tree of Life. And they project things on it. And
that's true.
So
true.
Can't leave.
So oddly enough, so when they announced it to be a bug was going to close, the 3D glasses where it's supposed to be a bug started missing. Yeah.
Of course.
Taking them. So oddly enough, now all the glasses from Muppet Vision are found over in something. They're like purple. They're now in
those are going to start missing soon too, don't you think?
Everyone's like, I need them 3D glasses.
But it's tough to be a bug don't they have like special glasses, like either bug ear or something?
Glasses,
something different.
Like all that it was.
Okay.
Something.
Sorry for my oh. I'm sorry.
She's sorry. She is sorry. What else are we? So they kind of had their, Q1 earnings for Disney.
Yep.
And they had one of the things that they talked about was that they're still learning how to use the Lightning Lane Premier Pass. They're kind of said that they don't. They're marketing it very differently.
Okay, but it is selling out. Like they opened it up to everybody, and it sold out.
Yeah, but that's without them really pushing it that much, right? They just announced it, and here it is.
So are they not?
Sure. Yeah, they're just kind of like they don't want because it does cost. I think they're worried about pushing things that are so racist.
Well, also, I mean, think about it. Like they need to know the threshold, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because they don't want to be like, here's this nearly $500 item, and you still had to wait 20 minutes in line. Like that's not going to fly with anybody. So,
well, but I think there's still times when you're still going to have to wait Like, I mean, we've gone on lightning lanes, and you still have to wait in some sort of line.
But that's not the expectation for this. I understand you and I who go all the time, we know how it goes, and that's what we tell our clients, but that's not
I don't
the
think there's a way.
expectation.
I don't know. But is there really a way to stop that from happening? I don't know.
I don't know.
So they got that. What was it? I don't want to go too big into the numbers. They were saying that the numbers were down, and it was mostly due to hurricanes last year. Said that they have lost a total of $547 million due to hurricanes.
Ouch.
Yeah. So they were saying overall growth of 3% for the first quarter of 2025 with a net revenue of $9.4 billion.
Yeah.
Yikes. Okay.
Yikes.
Oh, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. What else did I have here? It's not supposed to be there. I think I have. I mean, this was kind of Indiana Jones, right? We saw the Dial of Destiny.
Yes.
I guess they just did it. Wall Street Journal did an interview with Harrison Ford, and they asked him how because the movie didn't do well.
Yeah.
It had a $384 million budget, and it only made about $300 million.
Yeah.
So, and that's like a budget of 384, and then you usually say that you hold that in advertising. So,
So what did good old Harrison have to say?
He said, expletive happens. To keep it clean. We're in the kind of family section, even though I say strange things sometimes here of the podcast world. But yeah, it was like he was basically like saying he was still happy he made it. He felt that there was a story to tell.
Okay.
It just didn't exactly resonate with audiences.
Sure.
He's kind of saying that like he thinks a lot of it has to do with the fact that people just don't go to they're not going to see certain movies anymore. Like there's kids movies, they make those or do well, and certain movies that do well. Maybe Indiana Jones passed its time, and it resonate with the audience. Again, that movie, like I don't feel the need to rewatch that.
Yeah, I get it because I felt like it was just like a movie to bring back these older actors to revisit the screen.
Yeah,
there wasn't like the plot didn't really follow it well. Like having those other characters come back in.
Sure.
Yeah.
And it's just even though like everything, it just the whole like dream travel thing just kind of anytime you get me to I kind of check out a little bit just because I'm like it's like rules and this and that and blah 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 blah. And
but do you remember going to like the Dial of Destiny bar? Like not I guess it wasn't really considered a bar, but
I mean,
you walked in to get margarita.
Yeah,
but it was
the
like
Dial of Destiny.
The most understated, quiet place. Like
even though it's like right next to the
Indiana Jones. Yeah. Like there was something weird about it. I don't know why.
I feel like that it was always like that. That because whether it was an Indiana Jones like store in Hollywood Studios that was there, right? Because they used to have like they sold memorabilia there,
right,
and others, but like no one was ever in there, just like in a weird place.
Yeah.
So that's that. Oddly enough, Harrison Ford, the next Marvel movie, the Marvel movie is going to be the Hulk.
How old is he? He's like in his 80s, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
But I mean, he's doing great.
He's doing great. Yeah. I know. Shrinking is such a fabulous show. So good.
Yeah, we did that. We did that. So going over our friends at Universal, they also have rides that are being scheduled. They're closed for maintenance. Popeye and Bluto's Bilge Rat Arches.
Yep.
But it's a water ride, of course, just like the Disney rides. It closes for a little bit. Have you ever been on that ride?
Yes. It's a long time ago. A long time ago.
Now, I know our nieces went on it when they went with my brother and my sister's family, but then my brother went and all that stuff. They didn't like it because they got really wet on that ride, and that's what I hear. Like, you get really wet, but against the water, it's the way.
But they're like dumping buckets on you. It is a wet one. That's for sure.
That is true. So it's also Mardi Gras season over in Universal, right? So I saw the one website, the WDWNT, they reviewed and they gave the 7 best and 7 worst food and drinks of Mardi Gras.
Oh, breaking news.
No.
Listen. So again, I have to bring up travel specialist Nikki, who was just traveling over to Universal this past weekend. And she confirmed that Universal's food is better than Disney's food.
Oh.
And she was a DCP, former DCP, and she is a Disney nut, like loves Disney World. And now, after this one weekend, she's considering becoming an annual pass holder at Universal.
She posted, she was like, yeah.
She was won over. She said Mardi Gras was so fun. Everything was wonderful. I agree. Mardi Gras was fantastic.
I think we got to get her on the podcast again to kind of, you guys could team up about your hate for Disney food.
It's not a hate. I like Disney food. It's just Universal's is better.
Ooh, okay. Fair enough. So maybe if you are going to Mardi Gras and you want to just skip the nonsense, you don't want to try a bunch of food, you try the bacon Cajun mac and cheese.
Yum.
Which is a creamy, spicy cavatappi pasta with andouille sausage, Holy Trinity, Father, Son, the Holy Ghost, and Cajun cream sauce, garnished with scallions. It says very good. Easily one of our top 5. They said gooey cheese, pasta was cooked perfectly. If you're looking for a good drink, there's something called the Limber. It's over in, it's from Puerto Rico. Puerto Rican frozen iced treat, the choice of coconut or guanabana.
Nice.
Yeah, and they said it's kind of like a slushy drink. Picture there's like ice cream in it. Very good, very good. There's something called the Jad. And speaking of India, and you can smell that now. I smell it.
Smells pretty good, right?
Yeah, it's good. I'm probably saying this wrong. Jajira soda from India. And it's Jajira spice mix, lemon juice, and Sprite. So it was unique. So it was good. There's no like aftertaste you have to worry about or anything. And you think it's like a basic lemonade, then you get like the spices. So very good. Currywurst and plums, which is spice to crispy bratwurst topped with spicy curry ketchup, served with fries and mayo. Fries on a birthday.
Never gonna hear the end of it. I didn't get him French fries on his birthday. Well,
always bring birthday fries. You always bring birthday fries. The duck à l'orange crepe over in France, freshly made crepes with shredded duck, onions, cheese, orange, and an orange slice. No, thank you. I'm not eating Daffy. Not eating Donald. You sickos over in serving duck. There's something called, and this one looks cool, the Dauberge cake cocktail. You get it in the Coca-Cola Market Square, and it has lemon vodka, double chocolate vodka, vanilla cream syrup, cake cold foam. Let's see if you can get it.
Oh, what's that around the rim?
I don't know. Don't know. That's a question. That's the phone.
We have a dog outside our door, but I can't tell.
No, it's a dog or a kid. Could be a child.
Huh.
So they also have the beignets. They said are very good.
Always
those,
good.
we know what those are. They said some of the bad ones are the pan de bonnet over in Colombia. It's supposed to be just like warm Colombian bread, and that's just like bread. You pay $8 for bread. It's not. It's just kind of like
just lame.
There's a drink over in Colombia. They said it's not very good.
Oh,
I don't want to like badmouth a bunch of stuff. So yeah, I mean, there's some other stuff there's a cheese dog in Puerto Rico. Maybe stay away from it. Anyway, Mardi Gras has a lot of good stuff. A lot of good drinks, good times. Nikki said we'll have her on. She'll give us the lowdown. The last thing we came out is the ET ride. There was Spielberg he's attended the TCM Classic Film Festival, and he talked about how he wanted to make a sequel to ET. Right? And so that sequel didn't work out like he was developing it. And he was like, nah, it didn't work. It got turned into a novel, and he was like, it's better off as a novel. They turned that novel, parts of that novel are in the ride. You know what? Basically, what this came to is he renewed. Steven Spielberg has a deal that he set up back in the 80s with Universal Studios that he would be a consultant. So he made a deal, because obviously he had Jaws was in the ride, right? There was in the behind the scenes tour in Hollywood. Then it came, not Disneyland, Universal Studios Hollywood, came over to Universal Florida. Obviously, E.T.'s the last, the opening ride from Universal. Universal's opening day. That's still there.
Yeah.
And he fought to
Love
open
E.T.
when they tried to close it. And so he gets 5.2% of the gross revenue of the tickets from Universal or Orlando and Island
No.
every year.
What?
Yeah, that's part of his deal. That he's a consultant. He consulted, obviously, the Jurassic Park ride. He consulted on idea of Islands of Adventure, and so it's that, and there's also the one that's open in Japan or India. He gets the revenue. So it's estimated that he $30 to $50 million a year just from that. And they just made it so that it's in perpetuity. So he gets it basically as long as he wants. And the only thing is, he can't give his movies to any other Disney. Even though Disney's now
party. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, so it's a little weird, but they can't use them in the theme parks. So it's not crazy.
That's really, really good deal making there. Good job.
Yeah, right. So on top of being one of the best, the most famous director ever,
Yeah.
it's just gross revenue of the tickets. Yeah, 30 to 50 million.
I would love to figure out that number one day and just be like, this is how much he made this year. Good job.
Yeah, they said it's between 30 to 50 million.
Oh, they did. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry if you said that. There was all this crazy
tech stuff
happening and I didn't hear it.
All right.
Okay.
Before you come up again, let's say goodbye. I'm going to close this out.
Adios and farewell. And thanks so much for joining us here at the Disney Hour Express. We will see you next time. Have a great week. Bye-bye.
This has been a Family Travel Planner production.